It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You're tuning to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. This is Expresso only on SABC3. Hope you're keeping warm if you are in the Western Cape. But like for the rest of the country, contrasting, a nice and sunny day expected. But all Feel Good vibes with your Feel Good Breakfast Show this morning. Something quite serious right now. Now, we've all heard horror stories of people falling victim to bank-related crimes, from card fraud to phone scams. And the sad reality is that this could happen really to anybody. But with the right information from official sources, we can empower and protect ourselves from banking crimes, which is why we're joined this morning by Kalyani Pillay, CEO of SABRIC, the South African Banking Risk Information Centre, to shed more light on the work the organisation does. Kalyani, thank you very much for joining us. Really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure, Ewan.
This is a great topic to talk about because many people have fallen victim to bank-related crimes. I myself also have been dealing with credit card fraud on more than one occasion. And I'm sure a lot of people also have seen the hashtag Scallon billboards out there, you know, just spreading the awareness. What exactly does the organisation do to protect people from banking fraud?
Well, I think the most important thing is that we create awareness among South Africans about the different modus operandi out there, what to look out for, how to protect themselves. SABRIC was established, we're going to be 15 years old in a month's time, by the 4 major banks in South Africa to create awareness, but also to assist the banks fight organized crime. So that's really what our business is. Obviously, I won't go into some of the other things. It's not for public consumption. But definitely awareness really critically important.
I think the awareness and the education definitely is at the forefront of what we should know and what to look out for. But it's also been proven that these banking-related crimes are on the rise consistently, you know, even with different measures being put in place. Why is it? Why are we seeing a rise in these cases?
Well, look, the demand for cash is certainly out there. Criminals are becoming far more sophisticated. They're using online platforms. They use all the platforms that the banks provide to try and make banking more easier and more accessible for their clients. So every time a new solution comes out, none of us want to go and stand in a bank queue anymore.
Yeah.
You know, we'd like to do our banking or transactions from the comfort of
Online,
wherever we are. And I think, you know, criminals obviously know that, and they move on those very platforms. Every time the bank provides a solution, better solution, they move on those same platforms. They're out to acquire your personal information. And I think what's really very important is that the perception out there is what's also causing some of the problems in us not addressing risk, is that the perception is that it's always bank staff that are involved, and that's how a victim thinks they've been compromised, and that's not the case. Yes, collusion can happen, and that's why we want to use this opportunity to create awareness amongst people about how criminal syndicates actually operate and how you need to protect yourself, because risk lies not just with the banks in terms of their systems, but in terms of you and I as individuals as well. We've got to protect ourselves. Absolutely.
And on that note, how do we protect ourselves? What would you say to the public just to be aware of so that we lessen the risk of falling, you know, a victim to bank-related fraud?
Well, look, for one, protect your information. You know, that's one of the most important things, is protecting your information, knowing that you're safe and secure on the platforms you use. But unfortunately, time will obviously not be enough today, and that's why I think the listeners will get the opportunity over the next couple of weeks to get lots of advice around this. So for today, I think importantly, I'd like to say to the listeners, is to say to South Africans, you know, like us on Facebook, go onto the SABRIC website, which is www.sabric.co.za. Follow us on Twitter. And just wise up and watch out, because this is really something that you and I can do to try and minimize that risk and not become victims of bank-related crimes.
Absolutely, and of course that hashtag as well, Scallon, you know,
yes,
check that out on social media.
Yes, it's one of the more innovative ways that we wanted to convey the message. We actually talk through the voice of the criminal. And it's really very important. So, you know, I urge South Africans really to take note of this, because criminal syndicates actually know where the vulnerabilities are, and they know that it lies with you and I as individuals, that we always don't protect ourselves the same way we really want to empower you to look after yourself.
And thank you very much for doing that. I think it is such a big issue, I think, for a lot of people as well. And once you fall victim to it, it's very hard to rectify that. So try and avoid it altogether.
Absolutely.
SABRIC, thank you very, very much for joining us this morning. So make sure that you also follow SABRIC on Facebook and Twitter. You'll get all the hashtags there, all the information as well to educate you on banking-related crimes as well, so you do not fall victim.
Wise up, watch out.